What are you doing here? Who are you?
Hello! Welcome everybody, welcome to Zion Culture. This is movie review. And today we are reviewing a very wonderful movie. But before we do that, let's introduce ourselves. From her.
Kenneth Chinonye.
Fiberesima Esli.
Lawrence Ayo.
And Ayomikun Onafowokan. So what movie are we reviewing today?
That's games.
Which is
JAILER.
2. So we're reviewing chapter 1 and, let's dive right into it. So, Mr. Fiberesima Esli, can you tell us, the storyline, what's up, when you were watching it, what were the things that you saw in it?
That's a very wonderful question, no? Well, looking at the movie Dirty Game, which is JAILER 2, you could tell that it talks about a particular couple who have, let me say, misunderstanding between themselves and maybe them trying to prove a point to each other, you get, and which causes another form of conflict, you get, and instead of making them come together, is actually tearing the union apart, you get, and each person trying to prove a point and entering the ends of the lion in the lion's den.
All right, Mr. Lawrence Ayokanmi,
Yeah.
over to you.
So the movie JAILER, you see that today's wife, we suppose JAILER.
Stop it.
It is well. Yeah. So the movie JAILER actually, it talks about how dirty the politics is, and how so many people are desperate, to attain power. We can see that in the Femi guy, how he keep pouring out money. The party chairman now he kept asking for money. So it just portrays how much dirtiness is in the political space, and I think that's what the movie is just trying to portray. And I think it also talks about jealousy, and you can see that the husband was actually jealous of his wife, and that was what was driving him to do the things he was doing, not because he said he felt God told him that it is time for him to, but no, it was actually jealousy, and he wanted to prove a point. Like you said, that was what was driving him to do the things he wanted to do. So the plot is just about jealousy.
I would say the movie talks about when proving a point becomes wrong. If I'm to title the movie, I would title it that, because the husband is trying to prove a point, the wife is trying to prove a point, and in the long run, they are all going
astray.
And another part, still on the plot, I think the wife was not submissive enough. So we know guys have ego, like we all say, like people normally say, and then watching the film and you see your wife, she's doing better, she's getting all these stuff, and you want to just, because for me, you have a job, you're living well and all of that, but just because of that respect that you lack, you just want to prove that I can be respected, and before you know, God speaks to you that He wants you to become the governor, and
but
bless God.
I slightly disagree with you with the fact that where you said the wife was not submissive, I think it was the husband that had the issue, because the wife actually, when she collected the award, the first thing she said was she dedicated the award to her husband.
When she met her husband, how did she address him?
No, it was the husband that, when she came, she greeted the husband. It was the husband that first sparked the argument. Yeah.
I think looking at that scenario, you could tell that they've not really been having good conversations.
Obviously.
You get, like, everybody's just minding his own business. Everybody just trying to strive in his own path.
But me, I'm just talking based on the things we saw.
Yeah.
What we saw when she collected the award. No, the first was I dedicate this award to
that
her.
is
Definitely
public.
I
you
want
can
to
do that.
psychoanalyze the woman from what you said. See, there are times when you do certain things just to make reference to it when someone confronts you about it. So he comes home, he's like, you didn't tell me about the award. Should not be like, but I dedicated the award to you now.
That's
all these
it.
things are for show. And then the comments that she was dropping during the interview,
you could tell.
She is quite manipulative in such a way that she says things that she wants to say. She won't elaborate it though, but she just says the things she wants to say. Then after, whenever he wants to confront her, she'll just throw it back there. Bro, but you were the first person I mentioned. I didn't even say God. I say you. Don't you think that you should not be shouting at me? But From my own storyline, what I got from it is just love turning sour. Some people believe that as long as you are God's will for me, our marriage will be very sweet, which is not true. If you don't put effort into your relationship, into your marriage, both sides pulling in their own effort spiritually, physically, there's nothing that wants to happen on earth. You people are two different people from different backgrounds. So even if God has said you're meant to be together, you need to put effort into making your life sweeter. So that's Misha from Dirty Game so far, and we've seen the political side, political side where the guy just want to prove points, and in the bit of proving a point, he's just doing anything that he likes. And the father story, bowing to Kiniko, and he was there.
Bowing.
It is well. Let's do characterization now.
Sorry, before you move, I would love to say something about achievements, and which I feel is the reason why most men do not like marrying women that are above them. Like from this movie, you can see that most women, when they've gotten a certain level, like their submission level goes down, just like I explained earlier on. So if there is a way, or will I say, to balance it in that your achievement is not standing in between your marriage, because from that movie, that was the first issue I saw. If that was well balanced, I don't think the husband would have heard anything about going into
they wouldn't have bothered
being a governor
anyway.
or whatsoever.
That's to say that they've not been communicating.
They don't really have
really have
they're not on
communication.
a ground, on a stable ground. Some of them are just doing their thing and trying to be the best.
And also if you observe, they also have a circle of friends where they pour out their
and
so
and
the
they are
communication they were
affecting-
supposed
So they
to
have friends,
together.
but they are not talking to themselves.
Yeah.
And it's funny how the friends, all of them connect to each other.
Yes.
In the fact that Yemi's wife is also the
A
wife,
friend,
and
then the
he's a
rival.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go to characterization. We're going to pick our favorite characters and dissect them. Now, before they steal my character,
Let me go first.
I shall go first. My favorite character is
Yemi.
my brother. That is
Why now? Why?
that man.
Yeah.
Any small thing is looking for alcohol. And he keeps saying alcohol is not the problem. He still looked at the glass and said,
Are you the problem?
Are you the problem? That's my own favorite character. He acted very well. He did very well.
Yeah.
He showed the normal way a drunkard would be, like all these subtle drunks. They will just, they might not show it in their day-to-day life, like act like they're on the streets, but the addiction, it showed it very well. So yeah, Adeyemi.
And it's funny how they
deserved
used
them.
his original name, like his name is
Yemi
Yemi
King.
King in
Yeah.
real life. And so I think all of the actors were amazing, but I think I would actually go for the person that acted the president of the party. That's
Why now? Why?
I really loved his characterization, the way he said his word. He portrayed how those people used to behave. Like he did it so perfectly, and the role suited him so much. Yeah, so shout out to Daddy Wale Olaleye. God bless you for us, sir.
Actually, sure. And he was even still quoting Bible with
Yeah,
his character.
yeah.
The fact that
Quoted like 5 different scriptures.
you know the part that stood out was when the guy said, "I'm going to give you 180 million naira." I said, Jesus.
Yeah, that moment when you're begging God to help you.
I told you to up the AC.
The heat was catching.
Oh my god.
What's left for
God.
us now?
Well, I don't know because you've taken my
No, you can- you
said
can-
what I'm
you
boss
can.
and more. But now, let me give it to my boss and more. D Baba.
He's the baba of all actors.
It's okay.
You see that part where Yemi gave the chief the drink and like he was outside this world. Like, how
was
come I did
lost.
not even like think about this? Like, how did you know why? Because he was seeing that Yemi as a foolish guy, like get sense. But the guy was the one who brought solution and answers to their own prayer. Like,
And I think everyone needs a Yemi in our life. Like
a good Yemi, a good Yemi.
Someone that would think ahead, like,
But-
in case there's a situation, you'll be able to take save you from such situations.
Well, like,
Yeah.
let's think about it though. Ain't that corruption? Ain't that bribery?
Minus the corruption
Isn't it
from that
bribery?
movie. From that movie, I see that guy as the wisest among the
He's
three of
wise
them.
because if you are going to an
Among the
elder's
three,
house, you don't
like,
go empty-handed.
He's not
You know what?
wise alone. He's foolishly wise.
Yes, but he's wiser than the character of the Baba.
You know,
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Many people they take
Someone
life
that does not know
so.
metaphorically.
Many people take life so like allow the pressure to weigh them down. That guy,
He's very light-headed, doesn't care about every other thing. Very sickness ahead.
Okay, so my favorite character, I would go for the father of Dibaba's character, that is his dad. How he was so dedicated to his work, even to the point where he was sick and he was hospitalized. His son was, he was still devoted. He still wanted to pass the message across. And will I say coincidentally, the message he's trying to pass across is now the life story of his son, because your son is about to bow and you're telling other people do not bow. So it made so much sense to me.
Sorry,
actually.
let me say something. Like, something just stood out for me. Like, I'm just saying it now. How come that man has been consistent in that same work? Like,
for years.
For years. Because he was doing it before his son got married.
Yeah.
Now, his son has gotten married and given birth to children. How old are they now?
It's
and
because-
he has been
it's because
consistent.
It's
They are not paying him.
It's
Yeah.
passion.
It's just that passion. Like,
He knows that is his ministry, and he knows probably
sticking
God has
to it.
spoken to him. This is your ministry. He
Yeah.
focused on it.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's a word out to everyone out there that what your ministry,
What
stay
God has
focused to
given
it,
to
because
you.
that's where God is going
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
you may not be known, but keep pushing.
Just
All right, we've done characterizations. Before we go to the parts we like, do we have anything we noticed
Yeah.
that
Yes.
needs to be corrected?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Should I start?
I like how she's saying yes. I start, you will start.
Emma being sorry. Okay. Why
Which one is
observed?
What you're speaking
What I observed is the first scene or the second scene. The first scene or the second scene. There was a part where the dad was communicating. I think they used voiceover for that part. He was communicating, but his mouth was not open. Like he was literally not saying anything, but you could hear what he was saying.
Is it when he was walking?
Yeah, when he was walking in the room.
I think
That
that was
was
no.
the
That was the
That's
existing
intentional.
style. That was intentional.
It was intentional.
But the word was from him.
Yeah, it was intentional.
Oh.
It's just like
That-
El Cost
that's-
and
yeah.
all those
Voiceover.
overlay.
Yeah.
So to be a
intentional.
voiceover kind of thing.
Yeah, it helps to break time, like
Instead of him
to manage
see-
the
instead
time.
of them seeing him
Yeah.
say the
Yeah.
words, then
Yeah.
you're not
okay.
walking.
Okay.
So it was not a mistake.
It was
trust
intentional.
that
In case we have people like that seeing it as a mistake, it was intentional. Give it up to the editor. God bless you.
Otegbade cannot do that kind of mistake, Abi. So, in as much as the movie is very beautiful, the colors, the cinematography,
But-
everything, but I have this thing against the.
Don't use bots now.
However,
However, I would have preferred if
However, I have this thing against you. I noticed some inconsistency in the makeup of Tunde. The beard,
his
the
beard,
white
the
beard.
white,
But
it was a
anyways,
cube one point, it was the spreading the other point.
Maybe
No, now.
maybe his beard used to be.
No,
don't
maybe
understand.
maybe
The
it's
white
touching
is
it. When it's
changed.
Yes, now when you
Yeah.
touch it like this, sometimes you can change the shape of your beard. You know, you can.
So there was some inconsistency in that, and then the first scene of, or let me just say the office scene of Tunde, the makeup on his face is kind of too much. Like, I mean, the aim of every makeup is in a movie is for you not to notice that there is makeup there.
Yeah.
But when you already started to notice that there's makeup on your face, then
kicking his face.
the makeup artist didn't do a very good job.
No, the
So,
makeup artist tried, but overdid it.
overdid it.
Yeah, you
So-
did a good job.
So
but
that's
you
just what I have to say against
Let's
it.
Christianize.
But then, kudos to the makeup.
Wait,
Emma,
we
you
did
know- Emma, you
characterization.
know-
Wait, we did characterization and we left out the secretary BPA. What is it?
Lawrence.
Ah, Lawrence.
We left out Mr. Lawrence.
And his parting. That
That
is
is-
also
that
parting.
is-
in his work. He was just in his work, so
Lawrence get lost, say we no fire am.
Lawrence, you get low.
yeah, I think
Anyhow.
yeah, the point where they were referring a PA to him, I was like, we fire Lawrence. That was what was in my mind when the
You mentioned Lawrence most, but do not
Oh,
fire me,
sorry.
Jesus.
No, no fire you now.
Wait till wife go chop, wait till children go
And do you want to put this place on fire?
metaphorically.
What's the villain? What were things that stood out to you? I will start with the person beside me.
Yeah, so what I want to talk about is the part that stood out for me was where Dolly P was saying, God told me that before the end of this year, I would get my husband. Something I want to pick up from that place is in our waiting periods or moments that we need stuff, we should be very careful of what you think God is saying. Because the devil used to take those moments of vulnerability.
To present
So probably God might have said it that he's going to provide a husband for her, but she was not discerning to know that this guy, because obviously the guy is
Yeah.
not doesn't have good
Oh,
intentions.
well, is that okay?
Person with the offer 180 million naira. So
We have money. No.
He's rich.
so we should be very careful of knowing what is best for us in our moments of need. We should know if it is from God or not from God, because the devil is very crafty. Because when Jesus Christ was, after he fasted, he was very, very hungry. That was when the devil came and offered him to turn stone to bread. So devil also came and tempted Dolly P with that man, and she was not understanding enough to know that this person is not for me.
You know something. A man of God said something. Said when God has promised you something, like for example, let's say God has promised you 2 million naira, and he said, "I'll give it next week." Maybe he has said, "You bring it next week," but you know that God has promised you financial breakthrough. You get. He said the devil will come a week before. That's 2 weeks. And give you 200,000 in 5 naira notes. You get your eyes now plenty, and like, my God, and you just those things that you were doing, you just let go. You get. So we need to be discerning. There's just like you said, there's difference between what God is saying and what God said. You need to know when it comes. Also ask, is this one? Should I go for it? Like David.
And a wise man said the worst place to be is where God was.
So why, Lance? I would say stop proving points. Though that's a very obvious lesson. Stop trying to prove a point, because this guy was doing well. He started well. And most Christians are like that. You have a very good job. God has placed you somewhere very comfortable, but you just want to be like someone else. And you, in a bit to being like that person, you lose everything that. And most Christians, that's why it makes us not to be grateful, because we can't even thank God for where we are, because we are looking for. This guy has a lot. Like, I feel he's comfortable. Your family is okay. Everybody is okay. You don't need to prove a point to your wife. Going for a governorship election, being a governor is not. And the sad truth is that most governors, that position is not even like, how will I put it? It's not a position that brings, though it brings respect, but it does not bring so much peace as when you are. Like when you are in
your place of purpose.
Yes, when you're in your place of purpose per se. So stop proving points. Stop trying to prove points. Just be where God has placed you to be, and people will get to understand with time. That's
Point.
That's very true. All right, my own thing that I learned would be that, see, in the midst of chaos, listen to that small still voice. Don't dismiss any caution that comes your way. So the wahala has not even started. His father had a dream and saw certain things about him. But because he's his daddy, and he's over familiarized himself with his dad, like, Aspa, he's my papa now. What does he want to say? And he did not see his father in place of a priest. He just saw him as his biological father. His father gave him advice that will help his life. His father called him and asked him if he's fervent in place of studying and his intimacy with God, if he is listening and reading the word of God. But to him, it just felt like this normal African parents question. Like, let me just shift to one. Daddy, I read it. That's what you want to hear. I read it. No, where did I read? It's not your business. I shall read the word of God. Even if it's John 3:16, I shall read the word of God. Do not dismiss. These informations may feel like, it's a normal thing that you've heard over and over again. But it might be that thing that you need in that moment. For example, his father was the pastor that called him, say he's not a pastor, but his rival that called him said, do not bow. He said it very plainly. Do not bow. We're in the midst of wolves. And he went ahead. He even physically bowed. See, it's one thing to spiritually bow and then physically bow. They told you don't bow. And you went, the next thing you did was to dismiss their instruction and do what they asked you not to do. So try your best not to dismiss instructions, and do not always make sure that you listen to the still small voice of God through different people. It might be from your friend, it might be from the word you read in the morning, it might be from a message you listen to, it might be from a song. Just try your best not to dismiss whatever instruction that you get.
And sorry, additionally to that, whenever you find yourself in a position whereby, like, I want to get this thing by all means, no matter what it costs. Just like whenever you just see yourself at that point, just know that you can do anything. Because when I see people that always use that statement, whatever it costs, I just know they can go to any extent. So whenever you see yourself at that point, be very careful.
Okay, what I would say is, based on what you said now, is that sometimes the devil takes advantage when he can, or let me say the devil strives when he can isolate a man. out of his place of rest, out of his place of covering. You get. So that was what the devil did. Oh, that was what happened to Tunde. They took him out from those people that could give him advice. They made even that man, his rival that was bringing. So he was not even seeing him as, he was seeing him as a rival. So maybe the person was trying to discourage him. You get.
And they already called him a pastor.
So that means, that means he was not in fellowship with the people that wanted good for him. So he left his fellowships, and went to the wolves.
It's fine. So now, from me now, one of the lessons.
I'm tired, bro.
One of the lessons I learned from this movie, as the president of singles and a person that has passion for the singles. Now, I'm saying this in case when you get married, ensure you have good communication with your wife. Don't make your friends your discussion partner. And you leave your wife or your spouse out of it. You get.
Calm down.
He's always very passionate about marriage, and he's not even married.
He's not married.
Stop it.
Oh God.
There is joy when you
I've
are.
never seen such a passionate or married man.
Have you heard single people? All right.
But
so-
the married have more
can I-
words
can
to
I-
say to the singles.
Yeah, so what I learned was actually the part of fellowship.
Yeah.
Not the fellowship stuff. So the fellowship with God. We noticed that Tunde Adegbola has already actually gone far away from
straight.
God.
Yeah.
Because when his father was asking him, Shoman ka Bible, I said, yes, Mamanka, Kiloka. He could not answer. So it was very, very obvious there that he has lost connection with God. So even as head of the family, if you've not gotten it right with God, then there's no how your family can
Get it right.
Yeah, so and I'm still going to go back that the root of all this problem is to the Adegbola. He has lost touch with God. It's the root of the problem because he has lost touch with God,
So it's
and therefore
affected
he cannot cover his family properly. Yeah, so.
Sure.
I have one more thing to say.
All right.
Please, why do we always use Femi whenever we are talking about a guy that is bad? Because
You
we
see, that
use that
question
name.
is not for us. It's
for the writer.
the people that write and stereotype Femi.
The moment I heard Femi, I was like, Femi again.
And assuming the writer is a woman
Gay.
now, we would have said he's a feminist.
Editor,
All right,
you take that part out.
If you take it out.
Now let's talk about things. The
Technicality.
Let's talk about the technicalities. What stood out for you?
I don't mind starting. My God! Wow, this set was amazing. The set itself, like you could tell, like it actually made the cinematographer to do a nice job. You get like everything was looking
so good.
superb.
So nice. The attention to detail. In
Nice.
terms of food,
Even the
frame,
games,
Even
when
the-
they had
it was,
pizza. I was like,
it was so
Baba
nice.
Adegbola to himself, it was very beautiful.
Yeah.
The aesthetic and
Yeah.
everything
It
was
was
there.
so
They
nice.
actually
It was
made
so
this
good.
one
And
right.
the set
It
was
was-
so good.
okay.
The costumes fit the characters. The
All right.
costumes fit every character. Baba Adegbola, we always see him in his native and
Yeah.
everything. Then children in simple Sunday school clothes, like Saturday left the kind of thing. Then the people that had influence, power, especially that president of PUP party,
Like-
Chairman, could see it in his leke and his zapada
Yeah.
and
And
everything.
it's-
the pastor
And we
looks
could-
like
yeah.
a pastor.
And we could see the switch when Tunde when he was still in the office.
Yeah.
That he was still wearing his corporate.
Yes.
Then when he said he wants to be a governor,
It's
there was
like
this
dressing
that-
like a
zapada.
I just love the intentionality in the movie.
Yeah, it was very
And
intentional. It
even
was
the
very
choice of
intentional.
the casting, you get
Yeah.
like that party chairman, like just seeing
Yeah,
him,
he-
it
he
reminded
smashed-
me of someone in
commands power.
in my nation. It reminded me of someone in my nation. Yeah.
Another thing would be the lines.
The line, yeah.
Yeah,
The lines. I like how very. It was nice. They were giving back to back.
Yeah.
I think that place of business.
Business.
It's not my
How was
business.
that for
or
business? What are you still
I
doing
think
up
place
here? How
of
is that your
business.
business?
It was very good. The play on words,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
The play on words. Was
Then the
very
light
good.
scene.
Stop
Lighting
now, that's what I
was-
want to talk
Oh,
about.
I didn't.
So yeah, the light was very nice. I mean, like you said, I think the basis of everything is just the set. When you have a very good set, it's going to be very convenient
Yeah.
and easy for the lightsman and the cinematographer to
Become
do
more
what they want
creative
to
too,
do.
yeah.
The creativity was top notch.
Yeah.
Camera quality was crisp. The set
Sound.
intentional sound,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it was too good. It was too good. All right, guys. It was very lovely, reviewing this movie once again. We have expectations for the next chapter.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any expectations?
Yeah, my expectation is I just hope that last part is a dream because I don't want today to bow. So I hope it's a dream. Yeah. And it's just going to wake up and be like, Thank you, Jesus. It's a dream. It's a dream. It's
If
a dream.
it's a dream, you're going to get angry. I want him to dip himself inside small trouble. Just small more trouble so that his head will be correct. Because he used to like chicken himself say wala.
My expectation, I want to see what will happen between Tunde and Femi. Because you've taken 180 million from him, you've done a lot. It's just like when a lady is leading two guys on, like you're leading them on equally. So I want to see what will happen.
Me, I'm waiting for the election day.
You want to see who will win?
Premium
But I don't think that will be the next part, Sha.
I don't know, but I'm just waiting for that election day.
Also, I'm waiting to see what happens between him and his wife, Sha. Hopefully, God looks forward to. All right, this is the end of this review. We will see you in the next chapter. Hopefully the next chapter is very soon and it don't keep us hanging. But see you in the next chapter. Till next time.
Bye.
In case you've not seen the movie, please go and watch it.
Like, share, do everything possible.
Subscribe.
Dirty Game. Your friends, your family, your loved,
They
your
need
enemies,
seats.
everybody, they must watch Dirty Game. Is that clear? All right. Till next time.
Bye.